Okay. We already have people here. Hello there. Hi, guys. Yes, thanks. That's why I'm doing this live stream. I just wanted to do a quick Q&A. Thank you for, a quick Q&A. Thanks for all the, for subscribing. So just give a few more minutes to let a few more people show up and all that, and then we'll get started. So, yeah. So yeah, just having a wait, having a listen, and just waiting for new people. Basically, that's all we're doing. Well, let's see. We got 10 people, 11 people. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to start taking questions now. So if you want to ask me something, just ask it away now. Just waiting for some question. What's my favorite Godzilla movie? Well, I've already done a video on my favorite Godzilla movie. It's Godzilla GMK, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. I've done a whole video about why I like it so much. So, if there's anything like that. Have I seen the Meg trailer? Yes, I have. It looks stupid as all hell. It looks like something the Asylum would release. It really does. And I don't expect it to be any good at all, really. But, we'll wait and see. We'll have a look and see. Can you guys hear me all right, by the way? Is everything all right with audio quality right-wise? Right. What's my favorite Jaeger apart from Gypsy Danger? Would Gypsy Avenger count? Nah. That's the thing. There wasn't the Jaegers in Pacific Rim Uprising weren't that memorable, and I haven't seen the original Pacific Rim in a while. So I'll just say Gypsy Avenger, just because I can't remember the names at the time. Have I watched Home Alone? Who hasn't watched Home Alone? Of course, I've watched Home Alone. If I raised my own Godzilla, what would I call him? No, I would not raise my own Godzilla, because have you seen how big he gets? Christ, I don't have enough space for myself in here. And what would I call him? Probably just Goji. What do I think of the Mechagodzilla in Ready Player One? By the way, that's spoilers, but if you've read the book, you know Mechagodzilla's in Ready Player One. It looks very much like a new version of the 70s, the Showa era Mechagodzilla, is what I think it is. It's not based, because in the book, I think it's Mechagodzilla 3 in the book, but I'm guessing because of Toho legal stuff, they let them say they could use Mechagodzilla, but they had to make their own Mechagodzilla. So they made sort of like a newish version of the 70s Mechagodzilla. Well, the scene is pretty awesome. It's a bit short, but it's pretty awesome. No, actually, I haven't seen Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It's one of those programs that is on a network channel in the UK, and I don't have the money to afford it. Thoughts on the PS4 Godzilla game? It sucks. It should have been so much better than it was. But the gameplay is slow. The monsters look amazing, but the gameplay is so slow and repetitive. It's just an awful game to play. Which is better, 2014 Godzilla or Shin Godzilla? Well, you're gonna have to wait for my review of Shin Godzilla to find out. Have I seen any of the Indiana Jones movies? Yes, I've got the box set. Even number 4, yeah. What's your favorite Mechagodzilla? That's in my top 10 favorite kaiju list. You'll find out if you watch that. I don't know when my Shin Godzilla review will be out. I've nearly finished writing the script for it. It's a very long video because I've got so much to say about it. So it's really taking its time to write. I think I'm currently at about 6,000 words currently writing it. So yeah, it's going to be. I don't know how long it'll take, but I hope to get it recorded this week and have it edited over next week, and then get the title card done and all that sort of stuff. Do I plan to review Godzilla vs. against Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS? I do when the wheel lands on it. Just found you about a week ago. How would you like Godzilla? So that's my Skype going off. I don't quite get the question there. How would you like Godzilla? How would you like the next Godzilla, Japanese Godzilla? The thing is with Shin Godzilla, what I think is it's good for a one-off movie. I don't think they should try and make a series out of it because it's a very new, interesting take on Godzilla, but I think it only works in its one movie. So I don't think it would. There's much for it to be a series. I think if they were to make another live-action Godzilla movie, which they can't till about 2022 because of the Legendary contracts, I think they would want to do another reboot. Colossal Titan versus Godzilla. It's simple. Colossal Titan's, Colossal Titan's badass and all, but it's not going to stand a chance against Godzilla. Like, what can the Colossal Titan do to Godzilla? Favorite Godzilla fight? I don't know. There are so many good ones. Serious fight? Maybe one of the fights in GMK. I don't know, actually. There were a lot of good fights in Final Wars, and while Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla sucks, the fight is pretty decent in it. I don't know, actually, about that one. I'd have to watch them all, really. Do I think a Godzilla vs. Gamera movie will be made? Probably not, because of how it's probably going to be down to Toho, and they are very protective when it comes to what Godzilla appears in. So I don't know. It's going to be one. There's a lot of legal stuff they have to jump through to get it made. Gypsy Danger versus Colossal Titan. I don't know. Well, Gypsy Danger's got all the weapons, and the Colossal Titan's just a Colossal Titan. So I don't know. I've already answered the question about Mechagodzilla in Ready Player One. What did I think of Godzilla the series? I'm guessing the animated series with the '98 Godzilla movie for the '98. Actually, that's pretty good. It's pretty decent. I mean, yes, it's kind of repetitive. A lot of the episodes and the voice acting can pretty much vary, and the human characters are just slates. There's the badass, there's the science guy, there's the other science guy, But as for a Godzilla, it's actually a pretty good animated series for Godzilla. I would say it's much better than Monster Planet. Have I read Nemesis, the kaiju books? No, I haven't. I should actually at some point. Will I do a crossover with other Godzilla reviewers? I don't know. If they want to, yeah. I've spoken to a few of them, and we never really talked about it. But if they wanted to, yeah, sure, I would. Which cancelled Godzilla movie would you wish to have been made? Godzilla vs. Batman would have been awesome to see, just to see how ridiculous it would have been. But having a look, what was going to be originally Godzilla GMK, where you had Varan and Anguirus, I think that would have been that really. It sucks that never got made, because it would have made more sense than what we actually got. Because making King Ghidorah into a good guy, as much as I love that movie, just doesn't feel right. Am I going to do a review of Rampage? I'm actually planning to go see it this week, and I'll probably do an unscripted reaction review to it, to what I thought of it. As for scripted reviews, probably going to have to wait till it comes out on DVD. Favorite King Kong movie? I gotta say, even though it is very racist in places, the original King Kong really is just a testament of one of the key hallmark movies and one of the best movies ever made. Worst kaiju movie I've ever seen. It's gotta be Godzilla's Revenge. I mean, there's some I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen Godzilla Gamera Super Monster yet. But as for ones I've seen right now, it's got to be Godzilla's Revenge. Have I thought about doing a review on any of the Godzilla games? I have done a review on the Pipeline trilogy. I haven't done the PS4 one yet, and the N64 ones. The really old ones are just ridiculously hard to get at, so I probably won't do that. Have I heard of James Rolfe? What do you mean, the Angry Video Game Nerd, and who did the whole month of reviewing every single Godzilla movie? No, I haven't. Favorite human character? I would probably have to say Mickey from the Heisei era. She's such a very developed character from the first time you see her to the Godzilla vs. Destroyer. She's definitely the best overall character that they've had through the series. Pardon me. Favorite Gamera movie? That's in the trilogy. I think it's Gamera 2 Gamera 2 with Legion. I can't remember the subtitle, but is it Attack of Legion or something like that? What I want to see aside in the King of Monsters, better human characters. That is the biggest flaw with 2014's Godzilla, is that the human characters aren't interesting enough to keep going back to them when there's these monsters when the monster stuff is happening. Because if you think about it, quite a lot of the Godzilla movies do keep cutting back from the Godzilla fighting to the human characters, but the human characters are usually interesting enough that they hold your interest. But in 2014 Godzilla, they are just not interesting at all. I mean, there's a reason why they're not coming back in the sequel. I've actually done like a MST3K dub, like mock dub sort of thing, and I kind of do that with the Let's Watches, but I don't have the time or the talent to do something like the MST3K guys do. One fictional item from a video game or anything that I could have in real life. Probably the bag that you have in every single open world game that can just hold everything. That's like a TARDIS or Mary Poppins bag on the inside, where you can put a shit ton of stuff in it and it won't weigh a thing. Have I heard that Monsterverse may be coming to an end? Well, really, I don't know where you heard that thing from, but I don't think, apart from the Godzilla trilogy and whatever they plan to do with Skull Island, I mean, they've got a time scale on the Legendary contract. I think it runs out in 2022 unless they decide to renew it. So that's just probably rumors, honestly. Favorite non-kaiju movie? Oh, that's a good one. I really, really do like The Shining. Like The Shining is a great piece of cinema. It's made by an insane man. The man was insane when he made it, Stanley Kubrick. But it's a really great movie. That's all 12 Angry Men. Am I excited for King Kong versus Godzilla? No, not at all. I don't want to see it at all. If you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic. Shin Godzilla versus Godzilla 2014. I'd probably say Shin Godzilla would win because it has the mutation ability. It would probably adapt to fighting Godzilla, the 2014 Godzilla. Probably grow wings or something like that. No, I haven't watched King Kong and I don't plan to. It's a parody movie. There aren't many other kaiju channels that I watch. I do watch Wikizilla because their videos are amazing, but there aren't many that I do watch because quite a lot of them are basically just a repeat. Like there's only so much you can talk about Godzilla before you start repeating yourself. How's my robot doing? Well, actually, I can show you how my robot's doing because it's right there. That's how my robot's doing. It's going very well. I've got it driving. I'm getting parts for it this week. I'm getting more parts for it this week, so it should get the weapon system all working for it. So hopefully, I hope to get it done in May. I've done a video on Planet of Monsters on my first impressions. They have changed a bit. I do think Planet of Monsters, it suffers the problem that most setup trilogies have, where they spend a lot of the first movie explaining everything, and there is just so much, just nothing in Planet of Monsters. What really sucks is that the prequel book about how the events before the movie it would be so much better than the movie that we got. If you had the Godzilla in a plane, I would probably do something like either something like along the lines of Injustice or the Dragon Ball Fighter Z game, because while they tried to with all the newer ones they tried to like cram in the destruction element and it never really worked. So just stick to two monsters or two of like a tag team sort of monster fighting style game, fast paced combos and all that sort of stuff I think would definitely work best for it. And I would get the people who did I would get the people who did Dragon Ball Fighter Z to do it. Do I plan on adding eight-legged freaks to the wheel eventually when I need to put some more movies on it? Am I sad that Robo Wars has been cancelled? Yes, I am sad it's been cancelled, but the fact that the Twitter account and that they've said they're going to try and find the show a new channel leaves me with some hope that it's cancelled but not forever sort of thing. Am I excited? I'm pessimistic about Plants and Monsters Part 2 because this one's going to be the make or the Part 2 is going to be the make or break one, because if the first one, let's be honest, isn't very good. They've got to get the second one right, or it's basically no one's going to give a shit about the third one. Worst non-kaiju movie I've seen. Oh Christ! Disaster movie was pretty god awful. That's one of the few movies I've ever walked out of. If there was an open world Godzilla game, it would depend what kind of open world. Like, will you be able to create your own kaiju? And if you can just if you're just going to select monsters from the kaiju universe, you're pretty much going to have a sea of people playing Godzilla, because that's Godzilla's kind of like the Goku or Dragon Balls. Like, people don't, unless it's Godzilla, no one really gives a shit about the other monsters. Have I watched Birth of Japan, aka Free Treasures? No, I haven't, because it is an incredibly hard DVD to find, and even the the torrented versions of it are incredibly low quality. Um, I can't. Well, obviously the Godzilla movies that were made way before I was born and never came to the UK, I haven't watched. But yes, that's the way I feel about it with doing my reviews. I want to own the DVD, have a physical copy of it, or to justify like reviewing it, because it just doesn't feel right to pirate something and then tell it to then review it, because then you know I'm not putting myself out in any way to review it. I mean, I've got every single Godzilla movie on DVD apart from the Planet of Monsters, and I don't even know if that's going to get a DVD release. Do you read the Godzilla comics? Yes, I have. I've read them all. Well, I've read all the IDW ones. They range from quite dull and just weird to amazing and so much fun. Like Godzilla Through Time is just ridiculously amazing. Also, Godzilla in Hell is probably is the most badass Godzilla has ever been. Well, I've done a video on how Godzilla's death in Godzilla vs. Destroyer. You can go watch that video. Have I ever played Grand Theft Auto 5? Yes, I have. Oh dear. Oh, nearly 11 o'clock here in the jolly old UK. Yes, I have seen the death battle of Godzilla versus Gamera. It does come off as very Godzilla heavy. Like, they do spend a lot of time saying how amazing Godzilla is, and then when it comes to talking about Gamera, they spend a lot more time talking about his problems than his strengths. But I do think the outcome is fair, because, you know, Gamera doesn't really have an answer for Godzilla. What animated Godzilla shows have I watched? I've seen the 1988 animated series. I've seen that Japanese cartoon anime that they made. 2 episodes of that was supposed to be an educational thing. That's really funny, honestly. No, I haven't read Skull Island: Birth of Kong yet. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5 enough to have a favorite character, honestly. I've already answered that one about the Godzilla game. Review Godzilla vs. Bambi. Well, as you can see, Bambi is enjoying grazing along the fields, having a nice old time. You know, it's a very decent sketch, and then boom, dead. Well, the video, if you missed me answering a question, the live stream will be uploaded to YouTube as soon as it's done. So you can just watch it. You can just watch it. Watch the part you missed. If I could make a kaiju, what would it be? I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. That's a really tough one. I can't just come up on the spot. Have I watched Monster Island Buddies? I've seen clips of it. I haven't seen a full episode of it now. How old am I? I'm 24. The DC reshuffle, do you mean the comic side or the movie side? Because the movie side is just it's just a broken mess right now, and it's unsalvageable at this point, honestly, to my opinion. Favorite Godzilla soundtrack. Actually, I'm writing a video for that right now, and it probably will come out. That will come out in a few weeks. Why kaiju movies? Because most of them are very fun. That's always the thing I always said about Godzilla movies, is Yes, there are some shit Godzilla movies, and there are some really good Godzilla movies, but there has never been a boring Godzilla movie. Yes, I did talk about the GameCube one. I've done a video on the Godzilla games ages ago about the Pipeline trilogy. I've already answered about what I thought about Monster Planet. About the recent things about Teen Titans Season 6, it's going to be a case of I'm not going to hold out hope until as any official announcement, because we've been here before where they've said there's been like, oh, there's a chance it's probably going to come back, and then nothing happens. If there was a Godzilla and Transformers crossover in the IDW series, the Transformers wouldn't stand much of a chance. Let's be honest. It's pretty much whenever Godzilla crosses over with another franchise, Godzilla just stomps that franchise. Yes, I'm going to do a thing about this whole the new Titans TV set photos. Everyone's saying how much it sucks and they look awful, but I got to ask you this: what set photos have come from TV or movie that don't look shit? Like, remember when the Supergirl set photos came out and everyone was going, "Oh my god, it looks so cheap and shit. The whole series is going to be shit." This is exactly the same thing that's happening with these Titan set photos. It's not the finished product yet. You can't really comment on how something looks until you've seen how they actually look on screen. This is just like a spied leak set photo. We have no idea how the official look is going to be. Because remember when they did the release photos for how Robin and Hawk and Dove are going to look, and they look amazing? Don't you think they're going to do something like that for the other cast? I've already talked about the Zilla cartoon series as well. A good Godzilla movie to show a 2-year-old. I would say some of the later Heisei era ones. Don't show him Godzilla versus Hedorah. You'll scare the crap out of him. What would be a good one to start with? Ooh, that's a very good question, maybe. Uh, I would say probably Ghidorah the three-headed monster would be a good one to start with. Favorite Teen Titan, that would be Starfire, because if you look at, she's one of those heroes that I like, because most superheroes, they have a dark and depressing backstory, and that makes them dark and depressing and grumpy and miserable people. Look at like Batman. Starfire has one of the worst backstories of any superhero, where she was sold off into slavery as a child, spent 4 years as a slave, being sexually assaulted and even raped, tortured and experimented on. And then she comes to Earth and she's one of the kindest, nicest, and happiest people, superheroes there is. It just really, that's what I really like about her. Do I regret buying a robot now that Robot Wars has been cancelled? No, I don't, because there are other live shows, and there are other live shows and live events that happen all across the UK. I mean, there's one happening in a couple of weeks, and there's which and all that sort of stuff. And also, it doesn't look. I mean, Robot Wars is cancelled for now, but Mentorn, the people who make Robot Wars, are looking for another channel to host Robot Wars. So, I won't. I don't think it's gone for. It's going to be gone for very long. Oh god, I don't watch Gotham because it's basically, it's got to the point now where you're basically like, All these supervillains in the Batman series are basically the supervillains. Just if you want to make a Batman TV show, just make the Batman TV show. Because Christ, it's basically got to that point. Because what really screws up about Gotham is a lot of the supervillain origins, a lot of Batman supervillain origins are linked to Batman in some way. But in Gotham, they're just they're just like that because they are. Favorite Teen Titans villain, Blackfire. I think Blackfire is probably one of the most underrated DC villains you can find. I mean, she hasn't appeared in a comic for 4 years, and she's if you think Blackfire is the Blackfire from the cartoon, then that is not Blackfire, because the Blackfire in the comics, the old comics, was a monster, and she knew exactly what she was doing. She was basically Starfire was good. Blackfire was 100% evil. She was manipulative. She didn't view life in any way. She basically all she wanted. She was mad with power and all that sort of stuff. I think she's really underrated. Favorite Mechagodzilla? That's in my top 10 favorite kaiju video. Who do I want to see in the Godzilla Monsterverse? Anguirus, because he's my favorite kaiju apart from Godzilla. I don't want Channel 5 to get Robot Wars. I think the best place would be for Channel 4 to get it. How's YouTube for me? It's all right. It could be better, but it's all right. Favorite Godzilla design is the Giant Monsters All Out Attack one, because it's like the most perfect version of the old Godzilla design. Like, it's the most modern, up-to-date version of an old Godzilla design. Do I like Mystery Science Theater 3000? Yes, I do. Oh, there's too many questions for me. These questions are coming too fast for me to look. If you're asking, have I seen a movie, a kaiju movie, and will I plan to review it? Basically, it's going to be the same answer. I plan to review it when the wheel lands on it. Uh, 20th century on the Fox. What are you talking about? Yes, I've seen the Godzilla. I've answered that question about the death battle. Favorite Godzilla origin, the most original, the most original one's the best, really. Although I do like the 2014 origin about how all those nuclear bomb testing were them trying to kill Godzilla. I don't want to make a video about Godzilla continuities, because Wikizilla did a perfect video around that. So I would just watch their video of it, because they could do it far better than I could. Favorite Godzilla villain? Oh, of course, it's going to be King Ghidorah, but I also really like the 2004 Gigan, because it just looks so cool. The wheel for the kaiju is actually a website. There's a website that I use, which you can make basically a choice wheel system. You can program, you can put in all the selections and time how long the wheel spins for. So all the when you see the wheel spin, it is the actual genuine me recording what I'm going to review next. I think we're getting some spam bots in here, or some trolls. Uh-huh. Yeah, we definitely got some trolls in here. Sorry, I'm just not answering questions. Don't ask questions at the moment. I'm just trying to deal with these trolls that have just jumped in the stream. Oh dear. This is suddenly gone to the shit. Why can't? Yeah, this is good. Why can't I block these people? This is really weird. Anyway. Because these are trolls. These are troll accounts, basically. That's why they're saying these things. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to get rid of these people. That's all. Yeah, this is really going to. This has gone to. Yeah, they're just troll. Oh god, here it's. Yep. That's that person gone. People, if you're asking questions, please hold off on the questions until we do it. They will just do it. Trolls they're basically just troll accounts. They see a live stream and like, ooh, I gotta do something about that. I bet there are people who come over because they've seen her doing a live stream, and they're people who don't like my Kaiju Girls project, that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're gone now. We'll see. Let's see if they're gone. I don't know. The problem is, it's my first live stream, so I have no idea how to make someone a moderator. Yeah, that's another person. There we go. Favorite Godzilla comic is probably the IDW one, the Rulers of the Earth one. Have I seen The Host? Yes, I have. I actually think it's a really good movie. I'm not sure if you would call it a kaiju movie, but it's a really good monster movie. But yeah, most underrated kaiju. Ooh, that's a good one. I haven't had a haircut in 2 months anyway. So I actually I came back from work, so I don't really have a hairstyle. Okay, I've got a lot of catching up to do. Oh, Jim, you just missed the troll party. About 5 minutes of people accusing me of being a pedophile, and they were basically all just troll accounts that just jumped on. That was fun. I don't know how to make you. I want to make you an admin, but I have no idea. Ah, there you go. You're a moderator now. Oh well. And yep, there they go. They're still here. Oh dear, still coming. It's a right. Yeah, looks like it. Actually, no, I haven't seen any of the Godzilla manga because I can't seem to find full copies of them online. Like I can't seem to find the actual full versions of the thing online. Like that, I've seen screenshots. I've seen like pages. Like I've seen Godzilla ripping off Rodan's wing, that sort of thing. But I haven't seen like a full page, like the full comic. Okay, I think it looks like things have calmed down now. So if you want to ask me something, just ask away now. Hello, anybody here? Hello. Chat seems to have just died. I wonder what's happened. Ah, there we go. Finally. What the hell's going on? Yeah, okay. The chat's not working on that thing, but it's working on this screen. Anyway. Yes. Anyway. So yeah. It's it anyway. So yes, ask your questions away. I'm looking at the other chat now because the chat on the actual live stream page is broken. Fantastic. Jesus Christ! It just seems like this. Oh yeah, it just seems like there's been a case of. I think there seem to be the people who are what they have once one account gets banned, they just jump onto another account, sort of thing. This is really just this is taking a dive, hasn't it? Okay, so the chat seems to be working again. So do you want to ask away? Yes, dear. I would start with the original Godzilla, the 1990, the 1954 one. That's if you want to start with Godzilla movies, that's the best place to start. If I wanted to create a kaiju for Godzilla to fight, I actually don't know. That's too much of a question. That's I gotta think about that one. That's a real hard one for me to think about. What other monsters do I enjoy besides kaiju? Really, it's would you count slasher movies as uh, as monsters? I bet you could consider them as monsters. Yeah, I will make a list of my. I'm going to do a countdown of all the Godzilla movies from least to favorites at some point. That's a long undertaking, so I don't know. Oh, the Kaiju Girls comic, it's coming along quite nicely. That's probably. I bet that's probably where these trolls have come from because you know that project has garnered up a bit of hate. My favorite review, I would probably say, is my Godzilla vs. Biolante one. I think that's the best one I've done so far. But this Shin Godzilla one, I'm really enjoying. It's a really long video. This one. It looks like it's probably going to be about 40 minutes long, honestly. Uh, Jesus Christ, they're still going. They're still going. It's so the thing is like it's clear that it's a few people that are just jumping from account to account because Jim is blocking them, and then they move, and then they're gone for a few minutes, and then then suddenly a new account is back. Seriously, their account names are business. Wow. I've seen the Meg Creator. It looks like something the Asylum would make. I mean, to show how much of the trolls they don't know that they're saying I'm American when everyone else knows that I'm British. Ah, Mike's here. I'm going to make him the moderator because Jim needs some help. Yeah, one of the troll accounts is called Shady Dude, and he's called it's like, oh, I wonder if he's a troll account or not. Favorite Gods of the toy. I really like the Gigan 2004 toy that I've got on the shelf. That's probably one of the best ones. That's probably the best one I've got. I got it at MCM Comic Con in London. Yes, I know people have compared me to Brandon because he does a lot of the same kind of reviews I do. Honestly, I would say he's probably better than me at it, and he can do it more frequently than I can. You know, he's actually made a job out of it, where I'm still, make it's really something anyway. Those Monster Art figures, I wish I could, but bloody hell are they expensive. Like there's something like $300 for one of them, and I don't have that money. Oh dear. That Well, that Tommy Lee Jones Volcano, that movie is on pretty much once a week on ITV2 for some reason. They seem to have a boner for that movie. So I've seen it a few times, yeah. Jesus Christ, they don't give up, do they? Uh, do you think Godzilla's probably gonna have the red spiral? I probably think Godzilla might end up getting the red spiral video, the red spiral beams at some point during the Legendary trilogy. Maybe fighting King Ghidorah. Who knows? Don't really know how to answer that one because if I was a kaiju, everyone would be trying to kill me. Heroic sacrifices probably going to be half of the cast in Infinity Wars when that comes out. But yeah, like, did you know how much the trolls are saying they donate money? I don't have a Patreon or anything like that, so they can donate money. So they clearly just like troll accounts. I've said which my favorite Godzilla comic one is. I don't know. I do expect we're probably going to get a trailer for the new Godzilla movie very soon. I think, like really soon, probably sometime in the summer because the movie's only would be only about 9 months away by then. So it's coming. I definitely think it's coming. I mean, Christ, yeah. So, favorite series. My favorite Godzilla series is the Heisei era because it's. I think it's the most consistently good series. I mean, it does have the weak point in that is Godzilla versus Space Godzilla, but it's not a terribly bad one. Who would I rather fight, Gabra or Manila? I could probably beat both of them at the same time. Least favorite Jurassic Park movie is 3. Favorite one is number one. Is the first one, of course. And the Lost Kingdom looks absolute. Just looks shite. Favorite Ghidorah design, I would probably say Grand King Ghidorah from Godzilla from Rebirth of Mothra 3. That one just looks great. Oop, my screen's gone blank. No, I don't hate the Heisei era Godzilla Jr. because that's how they should have done Godzilla's son, because he's not annoying, he doesn't speak, and he doesn't look like a piece of shit. No, I am not subscribed to Monster Island Buddies. Have I ever watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Who hasn't seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's one of like those childhood movies that everyone watches when they're a child. Like their parent, when I mean, if I, my parents showed it to me, and I'm pretty sure, it's like a chain movie that, like with Star Wars, where the parents will hand down the movie showing it to the kids. Rich Jones. That's a real like I'm a human name. Most importantly, I've never been to Manchester. I'm just going to ignore those messages from now on. Honestly, it's just I've answered what my favorite Godzilla toy is. It's the Gigan one that I've got. I've said what I thought of Godzilla Monster Planet. I just think it's a bit. The first one's a bit. It's just a letdown. The first one. Worst Godzilla design probably has to be the Son of Godzilla design, because dear God, look at that face. It's like they tried to make Godzilla look hideous so that Minilla didn't look as hideous or something. Which probably Anguirus, because he'd probably be the one that destroyed the least stuff. Least favorite video I've ever made would probably be the first videos I've ever made. Like, seriously, the first videos I ever made were absolutely shite. I had a digital camera that the battery life was only 12 minutes, and the SD card could only record 30 minutes at a time. That's how bad it was. I know my curtains are half open because I just didn't bother with this. Favorite Godzilla would probably be the Heisei era one, because it's the best overall Godzilla. Basically, my first Godzilla film was basically just for my 1 year anniversary. I was at college at the time, and it was a summer holiday, and I just had this time on my hands, so I decided to write a bunch of scripts for Godzilla videos. Most overpowered Godzilla's ever been would probably be Final Wars Godzilla. Although probably it's going to depend on what they do with this Planet of the Monsters Godzilla, considering how huge he is. Which series are you talking about, the Godzilla, when you said Godzilla the series? I can't remember the names of them. I'm trying to think of some of the names of them, but they did have some really, really interesting designs. Most of them were basically just giant versions of like dinosaurs, but some of them were really, really interesting. I don't think. Well, I don't know. Christ, I think we'll probably be doing Godzilla movies we'll be celebrating Godzilla's 100th anniversary. I'll probably be dead before Godzilla's dead. Least favorite Godzilla movie from the Millennium era would probably be Godzilla versus Megaguirus, because it's the most generic Godzilla movie. Like it does nothing new with it. It's just the same. It's just another Godzilla movie. Godzilla is technically a dinosaur, yes. Favorite TV show, Robot Wars. Have I said yes? I've answered the question about Mechagodzilla in Ready Player One. My first ever Godzilla movie was Godzilla vs. Gigan. Yeah, no, it wasn't a high standard. That's why I'm kind of a bit kind when it comes to that movie. It's not good by any least, but it was the first one I ever saw, so it has a bit of a soft spot towards it. No, Godzilla won't exist. Just the science around him the science around his body structure means he couldn't exist. Oh come on! If I could have a Godzilla as a kaiju as a Pokemon, it would be Godzilla, and he would be a fire water type, because he's both. What's the Thunderjaw? I can't remember what that is. Godzilla's not a dragon. Godzilla's not dragon. That's the thing. He's not a dragon. He's a lizard. He's not a dragon. King Ghidorah is a dragon. I don't know. I can't remember any of the names of the gods of the animated series kaiju. I really can't. Oh dear. It's really just it's just incredible. Favorite James Bond movie? That's GoldenEye. GoldenEye is the all round as an all round James Bond movie is the best one in my opinion. It's just it's got every single part of what makes James Bond great in one movie. Oh dear. Yes, Godzilla can swim. He's swum in movies. Take off the glasses. No, I kind of need them to see. I kind of need the glasses to see. I can't see without the glasses. I'm pretty much like a Velma. I can't see without the glasses. Although I do need to adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. Godzilla can swim, Jim. He's swum in movies. In some of the movies, he's swum. They've seen him. They've shown scenes of him swimming. He can dive as well, and I'm pretty sure he can use waterfall. No, I just don't have contact lenses. I just need glasses to see. Oh, damn you, Jim. Don't make me unmod you. Well, thank you. Well, actually, that is a point because Godzilla does have a weakness to electricity. So Ash's Pikachu probably could, if it would probably take a lot of Thunderbolts, but probably. I don't know. I'm not good with Pokemon abilities. Jim will probably answer you that. Worst hit of the Heisei era, what I would have said would probably be probably Space Godzilla. It's just not a good movie. It like compared to all the other Heisei eras, it's just the worst. It's still not bad, but it's not. It's just not like the stories. It doesn't flow very well. Well, Godzilla, that drop kick is basically Godzilla being Godzilla. He's awesome in every way. Godzilla can survive in space. He's been taken to another planet, and he can breathe in. He can breathe in zero atmosphere. He's perfectly fine. Hell, in the Godzilla in Hell comic, Godzilla beat the devil. Crystalak and Obsidian from Godzilla Unleashed. I think they're very boring kaiju. Crystalak it's the most interesting one, but it's just a monster made out of space Godzilla crystals, and Obsidian is just a pile of rocks. While we see some of the other designs that they had for the new kaiju for Unleashed, I think they would have been much more interesting. Favorite show design will probably be the 1958 Godzilla one because it's just the best looking one. It's the most fitting Godzilla design for what they were doing for the message. Let's see. Oh, if you can laugh at racism, like if you laugh at racism and not with racism, then you're all right because you're laughing at the fact that the scene is just so ridiculous and racist. You're not saying that's funny because you're not laughing because at you're not you're not finding the racism funny. You're laughing at the racism part. Godzilla wouldn't have hyper beam. He'd probably have all those beams. Like he would have solar beam or hydro pump or um, all that those attacks. Favorite kaiju not from a Godzilla movie? Ooh, here's a question. So, would the tripods from War of the Worlds, the Steven Spielberg one, would they count as kaiju? Because Mechagodzilla counts as a kaiju. If you're a kid, you were none the wiser, so you didn't know what was racist or not because you're a kid. Godzilla would have, if Godzilla had a movie, probably have Earthquake as well, or Fisher. I've not seen that one, so I don't know. Favorite Gamera villain would probably be Legion, just because I adore that monster suit and how much work went into it. Because it's like how much I like Biolante when you think of behind the scenes and just the effort that went into making that kaiju. Troll Hunter, I don't know actually. I haven't seen Troll Hunter. I might do. Would you say trolls count as kaiju? Because they are pretty big in that movie. Jim, I still have that Godzilla Xbox game. Favorite Starfighter design? Obviously, I'd really like the animated version one because the original cartoon version one because that was the first one I saw. But I do really like her current design in Rebirth for the Titans comic. That's a really good design. It doesn't make her, her outfit doesn't look like she's just going off to a certain kind of photo shoot. I actually don't watch Ultraman enough to know enough of the fights. Honestly, it's really hard to find Ultraman episodes on YouTube. Best Godzilla suit design. I don't know really because I really do like the Godzilla vs Destroyer one. That one looks really good, and there's a lot of that's the most challenging one they did. I mean, Christ, if you go behind the scenes, some of the venting and the gas in that movie that was coming off of Godzilla didn't vent properly, so the actor inside Godzilla nearly died. Like it's one of those things I always found interesting growing up. Is like when I was a kid, I really wanted to be like do a Godzilla be a Godzilla suit actor and do like a kaiju actor sort of thing. But then later on, when I've been reading about kaiju, like how dangerous it was to be a Godzilla suit actor, like in the 70s. The original Mechagodzilla suit was really sharp on the inside, so the actor inside got cut the fuck up during filming. In the first ever Godzilla suit, the actor passed out, I think, twice during filming, and they had to drain a cup of sweat from the suit every single day. Like it's just sort of low stuff. Like even the most recent ones, in the Heisei era one, when they were shooting one of the scenes where Godzilla's in the water, the guy inside the Godzilla suit nearly got electrocuted to death. It's really dangerous. One basically saying being a suit actor, a kaiju suit actor, is incredibly dangerous. Am I enjoying the meltdown on the channel? Awesome. It's just one of those things. It's kind of it's When I was first started doing YouTube videos, I wanted to be on Channel Awesome. But with everything that's coming out now, it's gone from, oh God, they really fucked up, to now just I am disgusted with disgusted with Channel Awesome and what they've done. Just their response to it. They have not said sorry once, and instead have been going, no, we did nothing wrong. You're the ones who are doing it wrong. Like, you're the bad guys, not us. We did everything right. Like, it's all those responses have probably been written by Mike Machado, who is the guy who mostly is being attacked through this change the channel thing because he's a complete shithead. If you want to know what happened with the Channel Awesome, just search on Twitter Channel Awesome. I actually used to watch the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla when it was on Boomerang. When I was a kid, I haven't seen it since I was really young, and I think that was one of the few things that got me into Godzilla. I mean, that theme tune, I mean, everyone thinks Godzuki. A lot of people who don't know Godzilla think Godzuki is canon, and he's not. Probably, I mean, for what he had to do and for how long he did it, I probably would say yes. I mean, it's a shame he's gone, really. Godzilla 2014 or Shin Godzilla, you'll find out in my Shin Godzilla review, which is better. I don't read creepypastas. No, because Godzuki was annoying in the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. He was basically like Scrappy-Doo of Godzilla. Least favorite human character in a Godzilla movie. Probably that idiot general in Godzilla vs. Biollante who just kept on fucking up, and he was just being applauded for it the whole time. I don't know if they could make a straight up horror kaiju movie anymore. I don't know if it's possible to make a big giant kaiju, scary anymore. I mean, the closest they came was probably Cloverfield, but then again, that was mostly jump scares. Then that movie would lose. Then that movie would instantly become just. What would I think if Godzilla dabbed in the middle of a fight? That would be the single stupidest moment in any Godzilla movie. It would top Godzilla flying in Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Well, King Ghidorah is technically an alien. Here's a question: would a Mechagodzilla 2 count as a vehicle? I did do a top 10 most what the fuck moments in Godzilla films. That's my most popular video. I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. There's not been that many in the Godzilla franchise. I mean, they were all in the show era, and then they showed up again in. Oh, Mike, don't you bloody dare! Don't make me put you in timeout. I've said least favorite Godzilla design is the Son of Godzilla one because that face is just that face. Mechagodzilla 1 wasn't piloted. It had an AI system, so it wasn't piloted. Yeah, well, Jim, you know about the Matilda one that I found on Tumblr. Because why does Miller sound like a donkey? Because basically they were just trying to find any sound effects to fill in to make it look like was showing like he didn't want to do something. It was stupid. The whole movie's kind of stupid. Legendary Godzilla versus Shin Godzilla probably won't happen in any movie. It might happen in a game because Legendary Godzilla did show up in the PS4 game. It might happen in a game. It might happen in a game. Space Chaos or Space Godzilla? Space Godzilla would absolutely trounce Space Chaos. I mean, Space Chaos lost to Gearing. I would mostly say sub for a movie, but because it's the actors because Godzilla dubs are normally awful, but I usually watch the dub version of a movie when I come to review it because it's easier for me to review because I have dyslexia. It means I don't have to spend the whole time reading the subtitles and not watch what is going on. My favorite battle bot, and why is it Mouse and Mecha Catbot? Well, it might be Mouse and Mecha Catbot because it's got the word mecha in it. I don't know. I don't know really. There's not many robots I just see have the thing. I'm going to get in this argument with Mike where the thing what I see with Robot Wars above BattleBots is the robots from Robot Wars have more of a personality than the robots in BattleBots, and the BattleBots robots just feel like, feel like robots. Whereas you kind of felt with the Robot Wars robots, they had like some kind of character or personality. But if we're going for a favorite, I've seen Vlad the Impaler 2. That looks awesome. Space Godzilla or Destroyer? Destroyer because Destroyer looks awesome. The Destroyer looks like something like out of a heavy metal art cover. Favorite movie in the Alien or Predator series? Although everyone says Aliens is the best Alien movie, actually I think the first Alien is the best one. Well, I say Destroyer is kind of like a kaiju devil. Well, in Godzilla in Hell, Godzilla fights the devil. So, I don't know. Logan Paul because he's real. Oh, don't make. You've got Raven with the damn legs, and you got Starfire who's got. Don't make me do that. Don't bring the trolls back. They're all teenagers anyway. They're underage. You can't do anything about that. I don't really have a favorite film actor. I technically don't have a favorite film actor, really. Well, I'm going to wrap things up because it's 5 minutes to midnight, so I think it's about time to start wrapping things up. So if you got any last questions you want to ask me, just fire them away now because I'm going to be ending the stream in 5 minutes. If Ghost Godzilla was an official kaiju, then no. I mean, that's my biggest problem with the Godzilla series is that there are too many Godzilla variants. I don't know. This next stream was unplanned. I didn't really know when it was gonna. I didn't because this was basically just a thank you for 7,000 subscribers. There is no food behind me. That is a box of washing up liquid, washing up tablets, and a CEX box, and a CEX bag. America, and I just wanted to attack Washington for, and the White House for reasons. Godzilla's strongest enemy, it depends what era. It depends what era you're talking about. I haven't watched a lot of Ben 10, so I wouldn't really know. I just say CEX. I just say the letters CEX. That's just how I pronounce it. That's basically the Millennium series in a nutshell. Is every Godzilla movie is another reboot. Favorite Godzilla game would probably be Save the Earth. That's probably the on the Xbox. The PlayStation 2 one graphics, the Xbox version is the superior version. I would say that one, and it has the best roster of monsters. Right, so yeah, I've got 3 minutes left before I end the stream. I don't have a favorite one because I haven't really watched most of Ben 10. Stop asking that question. I know I'm awesome. That's why I'm doing this video. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to say thank you very much for turning up for my stream. This was a good fun. Jim wants to ask what my favorite robot design is. Aesthetically, I really do like Dominator 2 in Series 6. That thing just looks amazing. But best robot design, for some reason, I just find Apollo or Series 4 Hypnodisc really aesthetically pleasing as well. They just look great. But anyway, yes. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you guys later. Thank you very much for showing up for the stream. Thank you very much for giving me past 7,000 subscribers. You're all awesome. This was a lot of fun, and I will see you guys. Most likely, my next video is probably going to be my Shin Godzilla review, but it's taking its time because there's a lot I want to write about it. But I will see you guys next time. And if you've missed the Q&A, well, you can if you missed part of the Q&A, then it's going to be uploaded onto YouTube. You can watch the whole troll part and everything like that. But yeah, we'll see you guys. I will see you guys later, and take care. Goodbye. And we are out.